Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, in right angle triangle, when this theorem is applied, which is the parallel side to the midpoint line?
You can take it accordingly, like depend, it will depend where you are given the midpoint. So let us say there is this right triangle. I'll just draw it roughly here. So let us suppose the right triangle is ABC and the right angle is at C. So it will depend on the midpoints of the sides कि आपको कौन कौन सी साइड के midpoint दिए हुए हैं. आप बताओ, आपको दो साइड्स के midpoints मार्क करने हैं, फिर ये थ्योरम अप्लाई होगी. I'll do it with you.
AC and AB.
Okay, let's say AC का midpoint हमारे पास है M. So these two parts will be equal. And AB का midpoint हमारे पास है N. And then these two parts will be equal. The theorem says that when you join M and N, जब आप इन दोनों को join करोगे, this line segment that you obtained, it will be parallel to the third side which is left, जिसका हमारे पास midpoint नहीं है. तो वो side हमारे पास है CB. And also the length of this line segment will be equal to half the length of the line segment CB. This could also be done the other way around. आप जरूरी नहीं है आपको इनका ही मार्क करना है midpoint, आप किसी और का भी मार्क कर सकते हो. You could mark the midpoint of the side CB also. अगर आपके पास CB का midpoint होता, let us say CB का midpoint आपके पास है P, then these parts are equal. Then the line segment which joins the midpoints, any two midpoints, will be parallel to the third side. So अगर मैं M को P के साथ join करती हूँ, इन दोनों को join करती हूँ, तो ये पैरेलल होगी इसके. And if I join NP, now I'm joining the midpoints of sides AB and CB. So this line segment will be parallel to this one.
Ma'am, is MCBN a trapezium?
MCBN, yes. This one, it's a trapezium. Pair of opposite sides is parallel. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
I told you to write down the statement of the midpoint theorem from your textbook. So you can write down that the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. And along with that, additionally, there is this result that the length of that line segment is equal to half the length of the opposite side. So the statement only includes the part where they say कि जो line segment ये बनता है ये third side के parallel है, उसमें वो half वाला relation नहीं दिया हुआ, but we will be writing it down. That's why I've written this. So the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. Writing it mathematically, let us say we have triangle ABC, and if D and E are midpoints of sides AB and AC respectively. And as you can see, I'm talking about two sides AB and AC. The third side, which is left, is BC. The relation that I will have for this line segment, DE, the line segment formed by joining these two, it will be parallel to the third side, which is BC, and also now, this is your theorem. This is your theorem, but there is an additional result that DE is equal to half of BC. And this relation is for the lengths. ये lengths के लिए relation है. Sometimes you get a question where there is a triangle given and it's written that D and E are the midpoints. Let us say we have triangle PQR. D is the midpoint of side PQ. E is the midpoint of side PR, and you are given that DE is 2 centimeters. Can you find out the length of QR?
4 centimeters.
that will be 4 centimeters. By midpoint theorem, DE will be parallel to QR and DE will be equal to half of QR. So you can use the length of DE as 2 centimeters, and from here you can find out the length for QR. It will come out as 4 centimeters. So this is a question which can be asked for 1 mark based on this theorem, but the result that you use is this additional result. और ये आता आपका actually proof से है, हम कर नहीं रहे proof. तो जब हम इसका proof लिखते हैं तो वहां पे ये conclusion भी निकलता है, other than these two being parallel, there is this relation existing between the lengths of these two sides. Then we have the converse of midpoint theorem. Let's write down. Again, I would like you to write down the statement. The question can also be like this: state the converse of midpoint theorem. Simply, in 1 mark, they could ask you to write down the statement for any of the theorems which are used in answers by name as such. So state the theorem of midpoint theorem, or state converse of midpoint theorem. These can be questions as such. The line which passes through midpoint of one side parallel to the second side will also bisect the third side. So आपकी जो statement वो ये है, the line drawn through midpoint, the line L here has been drawn through point D. Point D is the midpoint of this side. So we have a line L drawn through point D, which is actually the midpoint of side AB. This line is also parallel to side BC of the triangle. So there are two properties which we have given to us. ये line draw कहाँ से की गई है और ये line parallel किस side के है. So line L has been drawn through midpoint of one side. It is parallel to the second side, and then further you can observe that it is intersecting the third side at a point. So the point where it intersects the third side, this point, this will be the midpoint. So आपको ये दो चीजें दी हुई हैं, एक midpoint दिया हुआ है, एक parallel का relation दिया हुआ है. This point E, the point of intersection of this parallel line, which was drawn through the midpoint of one side. The conclusion will be that the point where this line intersects the third side of the triangle will be the midpoint. E point will be the midpoint of AC. This is our conclusion here. So after you have written that statement, the line drawn through the midpoint of one side parallel to the second side is bisecting the third side. Mathematically हम उसको कैसे लिखेंगे? In triangle ABC, D is midpoint of AB, and there is a line or a line segment through that point. D में से एक line जा रही है या line segment जा रहा है जो दूसरी साइड के पैरेलल है. सो स्टार्ट हम कर रहे हैं ए बी के मिड पॉइंट से, पैरेलल बन गई है बीसी के, एंड देन इवेंचुअली द कंक्लूजन विल बी जो ये सेकेंड एंड पॉइंट है ई, दिस विल बी मिड पॉइंट ऑफ द थर्ड साइड. And you don't have to write this in detail the way I'm writing here. You can simply write down the conclusion that you can make, or the inference that you can draw. And in the brackets, just write down the reason as converse of midpoint theorem. There will be some questions jahan main pura likhungi, and there will be some questions where I'll directly write down what's the inference drawn. So try to see where you can avoid writing this whole thing. I hope the difference between the two theorems is clear, and then we will start with the exercise. Anyone with questions here? Okay. Page number 150. Question number 1. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which PQRS are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD, and DA respectively. The figure is given to you. You have to prove these three results. AC is the diagonal drawn. SR, this line segment here, is parallel to the diagonal, and the length of SR is equal to half the length of this diagonal. And then PQ is equal to SR, and then PQRS, this little quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints. This quadrilateral is formed by joining the midpoints of the four sides of ABCD. This quadrilateral obtained inside will also be a parallelogram. This is what you need to prove here. So I would be doing this in parts. I would be taking the two triangles that are formed by the diagonal AC, one by one. When you draw the diagonal for this quadrilateral, there are two triangles that you can observe on either side. So if I had to just draw those, in either of these triangles, we have midpoints for the sides of the quadrilateral. So मेरे पास AD का midpoint है S. These four are all midpoints. So I have the midpoint for side AD and I have the midpoint for side CD as R. Since I have two midpoints, I will be applying midpoint theorem, which says that when I join S and R, the line segment obtained will be parallel to the third side and its length will be equal to half of it. Similarly, in the other triangle, AB का midpoint है P और BC का midpoint है Q, and when I join these two midpoints, the line segment obtained PQ will be parallel to the third side and it will be equal to half of it. So PQ will also be equal to half of AC and PQ will be parallel to AC. And then you will combine those two results in order to obtain your result number 2. Let's write down and we will go over the answer once again. Since the first result is about SR and SR is in triangle ADC, I'm starting with that triangle and I'm going to write down the way I had written your midpoint theorem when I discussed that with you. So if you want, you can draw this triangle right here so that it makes sense what I'm writing down. I've got midpoints S and R, and the line segment that joins these two will be parallel to the third side. So this is the way I'm going to write down. You could write down directly SR is parallel to AC and SR will be equal to half of AC, or you can write the way I'm going to write down. S and R are midpoints of sides AD and CD. This implies the line segment which joins these two will be parallel to the third side of the triangle, which is AC, and also the length of this line segment equals to half of AC. Let's mark this as result number 1. This complete result, both these relations together, I've marked them as number 1. Then I'm moving to the second triangle formed by the diagonal AC in triangle ABC. Kindly remember that always write down the triangle in which you are using a particular theorem. So I'm going to now take a triangle ABC. In this triangle, I have midpoint of AB as P, midpoint of BC as Q. The line segment formed by joining these two will be parallel to the third side. So in this triangle, P and Q are midpoints of sides AB and CB respectively. This will help us conclude that PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equal to half of AC, and mark this as 2. I did not write down the reason, so I'm going to go back and write down this is midpoint theorem. This also was obtained by using midpoint theorem. If you look at the parts that you need to prove, I think the first is already done here. When we obtained the first relation here, this proves your first part. For the second part, you can conclude it from result number 1 and result number 2. Combining the two results, SR की लेंथ भी कितनी है AC के हाफ के इक्वल, PQ की लेंथ भी कितनी है AC के हाफ के इक्वल. So when you combine result number 1 and result number 2, you can write down that SR equals to PQ, each is equal to half AC. Anyone with questions still here?
No, ma'am.
There is one more conclusion that can be written with the help of result number 1 and result number 2. SR is parallel to PQ. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Because each of these is parallel to AC. Yes, it's transitive property. Both of the lines are parallel to each other. That's why they will be parallel. Sorry, both the lines are parallel to the same line. Therefore, they will be parallel to each other. And when you combine these two results, SR equals to PQ. This is your second part. And we have this additional result that SR is parallel to PQ. I would like you to go back to the figure and mark it there. What we have concluded till now, we have concluded that SR is parallel to PQ. Also, SR is equal to PQ. So in this quadrilateral here, PQRS, there is this pair of opposite sides जो parallel भी है और equal भी है. We have concluded that in quadrilateral PQRS, there is a pair of opposite sides which has been identified as parallel and equal in length. So by theorem 8.8, you can conclude that this will be a parallelogram. I hope you remember, I think it was 8.7 or 8.8. I actually, I'm not sure about the number. I think it's 8.8. Yes, it's 8.8. It's on page number 145. अगर आपके पास एक quadrilateral है जिसमें one pair of opposite sides equal भी हो और parallel भी हो, तो उस quadrilateral को हम parallelogram बोल सकते हैं. And this is what I'm going to write down here. In quadrilateral PQRS, I have PQ equal to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. So from here, it can be concluded that PQRS is parallelogram. And the reason being, a pair of opposite sides
is equal and parallel.
Equal and parallel. Anyone with questions?
No, ma'am.
Before we proceed with the next question, take a look at 6th question of the exercise. Show that the line segments joining the midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. So this statement simply means that if you have a quadrilateral, say ABCD, और आपको चारों sides के midpoint दिए हुए हैं, so I'm just writing in short that these are the midpoints here, PQRS for the 4 respective sides. Then what happens if you join the midpoints of opposite sides? अगर आप opposite sides के midpoints को join कर दो, means you have to join P and R, and then you have to join S with Q. These two line segments will bisect each other. Let's say the point of intersection is O. You have to prove that PR and SQ, they bisect each other at O. This will be proved by proving that the quadrilateral formed by these 4 points is a parallelogram. So we will be joining all these in order to obtain a quadrilateral. So if we can prove that PQRS is a parallelogram, which we just did in question number 1, अभी prove किया है हमने कि हमारे पास अगर एक quadrilateral है और चारों sides के mid points हैं, उन mid points को अगर join कर दिया जाए तो अंदर वाला जो quadrilateral बनता है वो parallelogram होता है. हम यही चीज इस question में भी prove करेंगे कि ये जो quadrilateral बना PQRS, it's a parallelogram, and then PR and SQ, these are diagonals of this parallelogram. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you know about the diagonals of a parallelogram?
They
They
bisect each
bisect
other.
each other.
bisect each
They
other.
bisect each other. And since PR and SQ are the diagonals of a parallelogram, they will bisect each other, which will prove the required result here. So whatever we have done in question number 1, वो जो पूरा आपने आंसर लिखा है, वो सारा का सारा आंसर यहाँ पे आएगा, and वो लिखने के बाद, last line लिखने के बाद, PQRS is a parallelogram, you're going to write down 2 more lines that since PR and SQ are diagonals of this parallelogram, these two bisect each other. So this is what we will be doing before we do question number 2 and 3. Draw the figure with me and start writing down the answer. You just have to copy it from there. You can observe the difference here. Now I have avoided writing that S and R are the midpoints of the two sides. Therefore, the line segment will be parallel to the third side. मैंने वो वाली दो lines नहीं लिखी, मैंने सीधा conclusion लिखा है that SR will be parallel to AC and SR will be equal to half of AC. Let's say this is result number 1, and then in triangle ABC, PQ will be parallel to AC and PQ will be equal to half of AC. Again, the result was concluded using midpoint theorem. From result number 1 and result number 2, we can conclude that SR is parallel to PQ and SR is equal to PQ. This implies quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. I hope it's clear. Anyone with questions here?
No, ma'am.
If you're writing down, please let me know. Anyone
No,
who's
ma'am,
writing? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
wait.
Okay. The students who have done this, even the rest of the students, do one thing, starting from here, the proof. From here to the point where you prove that the quadrilateral formed is a parallelogram. Till here, kindly mark this as a starred result because we would be using it later. Like in question number 2 and question number 3, you will be required to write this down again. So I would just write down a note down from the previous question. I won't be rewriting this. Is it done?
No.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Anyone who's writing?
No, ma'am.
Question number 2 and question number 3 are modified forms of question number 1. You can compare. In question number 1, we had a quadrilateral. उसके 4 sides के mid point दिए थे. उनको जब join किया गया तो अंदर वाला जो quadrilateral बनता है, we proved that it is a parallelogram. Now they are saying that the quadrilateral that you have is a rhombus. जो बाहर वाला quadrilateral है, it's a rhombus now, A, B, C, D. अब इस rhombus की sides के mid points दिए हुए हैं आपको. PQRS are now the midpoints of the sides of this rhombus. What will happen if you form the quadrilateral inside now? You have to prove that the quadrilateral formed inside is a rectangle. And then third question is the converse of this one, कि अगर बाहर rectangle बन रहा है और हम rectangle के midpoints को join करके quadrilateral form करें, तो जो अंदर वाला quadrilateral बनेगा वो rhombus बनेगा. So these three are actually going side by side. For proving any quadrilateral to be a rectangle, there are a few ways to do this, but I'm going with the one which is its definition. We have to prove that the quadrilateral formed inside is a parallelogram, and then we can prove that any one of its angle is 90 degrees. That will help us say that the quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. पहले उसको पैरेललोग्राम प्रूफ कर दो, वो सारा प्रूफ बन जाएगा आपके क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 वाला कि आपने कैसे प्रूफ करना है कि जो अंदर क्वाड्रिलेटरल बन रहा है वो पैरेललोग्राम है. तो सारा का सारा प्रूफ वो वाला आ जाएगा. उसके बाद एडिशनली आपको ये प्रूफ करना है कि PQRS में एक एंगल 90 डिग्री बनता है. सो दैट इज समथिंग आई विल बी राइटिंग विद यू. लेट्स ड्रॉ द फिगर एंड राइट डाउन द गिवन टू प्रूफ थिंग.
Can you please again explain this?
Sure. The proof for the parallelogram part?
Yes.
Sorry, it's PQRS. In order to prove that the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the four sides of any quadrilateral is a parallelogram. किसी भी quadrilateral की चार sides के अगर आपको midpoints दिए हुए हैं, आप उन midpoints को order में अगर connect करते हो, तो जो quadrilateral बनेगा वो parallelogram बनेगा. In order to prove that, what we would like to do is, first of all, we would like to divide our quadrilateral into two triangles. Because midpoints दिए हुए हैं हमें sides के, तो हम midpoint theorem use करना चाहते हैं. लेकिन midpoint theorem और converse of midpoint theorem ये सिर्फ triangle में use होती है, quadrilateral में use नहीं हो सकती. तो triangles बनाने जरूरी हैं, इसलिए diagonal draw करनी जरूरी है. तो अगर तो उन्होंने की हुई है well and good, अगर उन्होंने नहीं की तो आप construction में लिख दोगे कि हम diagonal draw कर रहे हैं. Once you draw the diagonal of this quadrilateral, and I'm not considering it a rhombus right now, हम generally बात कर रहे हैं, अगर आप इसकी diagonal draw करते हो तो आपके पास दो triangles बन जाते हैं. अब इन triangles में अब आप midpoint theorem लगा सकते हो, provided आपके पास दो sides के midpoints हों. तो अगर मैं इस triangle की बात करती हूँ, triangle ADC की, मेरे पास एक इस side का midpoint है, इसका नाम S है, एक मेरे पास side DC का midpoint है और इसका नाम है R. Since I have midpoints of two sides, दो sides के midpoints मेरे पास हैं, इन दोनों को जब join किया जाएगा by a line segment, this line segment is supposed or it ought to be parallel टू द थर्ड साइड। तो तीसरी साइड हमारी ये बेस वाली साइड है, SR will be parallel to this side. Also additionally SR की जो लेंथ होगी वो AC की हाफ होगी. So this is the conclusion that you have. SR will be parallel and SR will be equal to half of AC. This is the conclusion. Given ये दो चीजें हैं, midpoints, और ये conclusion है हमारा. सिमिलरली अगर मैं दूसरे ट्राइंगल की बात करती हूं, मेरे पास साइड AB का मिड पॉइंट है P